Um, wow, when did we meet? 2018, I believe. He came, he did a workshop. First I saw the flyer, and I was like, wow, clean cut. I didn't know what to expect. It was brain activation, yes. So we go in, he gives this intro, and boom, immediately we jump into the practices. So I'm like, wow, this is so invigorating. So the energy was pretty much instant. And so all these clearings and revelations and a lot of releasing as today, which is I'm going through a lot right now energetically. I just had an uncle transition a few days ago, so it's a lot going on internally. So this was like perfectly to help keep me up, realigned and stuff like that. But the journey has been phenomenal. 40 days of pure bliss. A lot will come up, a lot of pains, which I call opportunities now. I don't even refer to it as pain because it's such a beautiful challenge to, I guess, pluck that Kriya from out of the reservoir of the many that you've gracefully shared with us. And it's a beautiful thing just to feel that blockage or that pain or that discomfort just go away. So it's just constantly proving itself in a sense that this is a profound path. I like the efficiency that it provides. It's not a long, elaborate thing you have to go through. It's just you click in, you do the work, and the uprisings happen, and they seem to continue to happen somewhat mysteriously throughout the day, throughout the month. I'm singing chants, and I'm like, wow, did I just do that? So a lot of things just started to reveal. My martial arts practice is greatly improved. So it's just been a constant benefit and a clearing and a uprising all in once. And I'm really grateful for this path. And it's choosing. I don't know if I chose it, but it's definitely a coming together that I'm so honored to be on. And I want to thank you deeply.
Pradeeply.
To add to what Jonathan said, I met Pradeep about a year later, April of 2019. And I do want to acknowledge also my friend Angela, who's in Mexico today, or she would be here. But she's the first person that told me about you. And she was like, something had happened to her. Like she's like, I'm hanging out with this yogi. And he's amazing. He's a real yogi. And she said, I really think you ought to come meet him. And I did, and I had 4 phenomenal private sessions with him, and then I took the class, and then I didn't practice for about a year because I really didn't remember how to do it, the Kriya class, the Kriya. And then when the world stopped, Pradeep started offering classes online, free on Facebook, and it was really a lifeline for me to have that anchor to tap into it every day and to be able to tap into myself that way every morning. And I'm kind of a workaholic, so work always came first at 9 a.m. And so I made myself a priority in the last 2 years. I made my practices a priority, and that's been a huge blessing. And it's just something I notice there are days when I don't practice, I confess, but I do notice a difference. If I don't practice, I notice a difference, and it just it's like keeping my engine going. And I especially notice the morning practice in the middle of the afternoon. Like at 3 o'clock when people usually get like tired and they want sugar and coffee or whatever. That's when somehow, I don't know why it is, but at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, after a morning practice, it's like my engine turns on. And so that's been really wonderful. And I just feel so blessed to know you, Pradeep. And I'm just so blown away that you're here in person again, because it really, I'm not taking that for granted. You know, I don't think any of us are taking this sort of thing for granted. Even simple thing of someone taking a trip. So that's some of it.
Jenny.
So I met Pradeep in 2014 on YouTube. But at the time I was really searching for deep healing, and nothing was working. I was doing like hours of yoga a day. It wasn't working. There was just such a deep internal emptiness or pain, and we did and I kind of did the Shaktipat type on YouTube, and I was like went through the rounds, and when I met Pradeep, like something was profoundly different. Like after I had that experience, I just went into this like bliss that I had never felt before. So there was something very special about him all along, and whatever he was tapped into, and I tried like other things, but I just kept coming back to his healing because it was so powerful. And yes, it does make you go very deep. Like you're gonna encounter so many things, like sadness, whatever you've repressed, like cannot stand in the face of of the energy, you know. But through it all, it's been such a beautiful process, and it's been kind of like a melting and an opening for me, and just a deep healing, and and the fire energy and the purification, and it's just been like a completely magnificent journey, and it's like never boring, and everything, and things are constantly coming up, and every moment is just very sacred and very beautiful, and like it's really stretched me to realize that. So it's been amazing. I've been to Kevala. You should all go. It will just bring everything out of you, to work through, and it's so blissful and so ecstatic and graceful. So thank you.
How was the experience today?
Amazing, like completely amazing. Like I went into when I was lying on the ground, I was just, it was like in my 20s, when you're drunk and there's just a wave that's going through you as you're lying. But no, I'm kidding. But it was just, there was waves of just bliss and openings, and I was feeling like even like cracking as I was lying there. There was just it was such a profound experience, and it just keeps getting deeper and deeper, like as the years go by. So
You want to share anything about today? How you felt?
I felt so much opening, my heart opening, and that the grace coming in, and just that beautiful, sweet feeling of whatever that is, of letting go to grace.
It's incredible to be in this space, to be useful on our planet, to all the beings who are ready to receive. And I feel that it's such a beautiful, beautiful opportunity for all of us to have come together. Yes, not every day can, a certain event happen. Event happens when grace permeates. Otherwise, we're just existing as a non-event life, ordinary spin of life. So for an event to happen, the grace unlocks us into a certain readiness, and a sacred transmission takes over, and that transmission will change the game forever. So events happen as a timing. It's called samyoga. Okay, some yoga is very different from just doing yoga. So many millions of people doing yoga, but to attain some yoga, one has to access the very core of being in the readiness. So an event happens as a gracious flow and changes the life for good. So eventually, the whatever sacred transmissions that have passed through each one of you will flower and unlock itself, and you'll see the fragrance and essence of what happened today. So if you have anything to share, please do right now. Okay, I don't know when we are going to meet next. It's all divine calling. So if anybody has to share something, please do. Please do come forward.
Hi. I just have this experience of being in a complete pure experience level, and the thoughts just kind of float through, but it's like there's just color and feeling and music, and it's like a bath, just like living in a bath of, I don't know what, this whole place and the practices that we just shared and learned and partook in.